Hey everyone, it's Alex the Real Mr. Robinson, and I'm here to talk about the Blu-ray release for Star Wars The Force Awakens, my favorite movie of 2015. It's finally come, and basically it's an awesome Blu-ray. I'm doing this in a different format. I'm not at my Blu-ray desk as before, and I'm not doing the whole opening it and so on. Because I've been busy the past couple days, which is why I haven't gotten around to this thing sooner. So, yeah, this is just a brief review. And it's a really great Blu-ray. It looks great. It sounds great. There isn't really much new in terms of like things I haven't discovered yet, and like either audio or visual wise, because I saw this movie 6 times in the theater. 6 times. Up on every little thing as the viewings went on. By the time I saw it for the last time in the theater, I kind of knew everything that was going to happen and where everything was. So nothing really new when viewing this at home. It's got some great bonus features here. Unlike Marvel, Lucasfilm really does not shy away from bonus features to an extent. We'll get to that later. But this comes with an extra disc of bonus features, so everything's not just crammed into one disc. And the big thing that's worth noting is the Secrets of the Force Awakens documentary, which is about an hour long and chronicles the beginning of development on the film, getting J.J. Abrams, production, and afterthoughts on everything that's happened. It's a really neat thing to watch, and you really get to see the process of how they really brought this franchise back from the dead. Alright, maybe not the dead, but basically how it became more popular than it ever has been in the past decade. There's also a table read for The Force Awakens, which is about 4 minutes. It's not the entire table read, which would have been cool to see, but that would have been like hours. But anyway, it's a fun little look at the cast coming together for the first time and basically reading the script. There's also Building BB-8 and Crafting Creatures, which are 2 segments on the creature designs. One is exclusive to BB-8, showing how they basically created this thing that actually appeared on screen. It wasn't CG most of the time. And then the other one are all the creature effects, even for things that just popped up for a few seconds or not at all. And the way they just designed all these creatures to have these little intricate parts and mechanics to make them move so naturally, it's impressive. It's one of those things where if you watch the movie, you go, wait, that wasn't CG? It is damn impressive. And really makes me wonder why more movies don't do this. Why more movies don't trust in animatronics that much. Like Jurassic World. Jurassic Park was a movie that really pioneered these giant animatronic creatures with Stan Winston's dinosaurs. And then you go to Jurassic World, there's only one scene with an animatronic. The rest of it is CG, even though there are parts in that movie where they easily could have used animatronics, but it's easier to do CG. Watching these 2 featurettes here really gives you a bigger appreciation on practical effects, and that more people should start to use it more. I really hope we do see a surge back into practical effects. Next up is Blueprint of a Battle, the Snow Fight, which is basically a little making of feature of the lightsaber battle at the end between Finn and Kylo Ren, and then between Rey and Kylo Ren. There's not much to it. It's kind of cool to watch. John Williams' The Seventh Symphony pretty much shows John Williams' process into making this brand new score 10 years after Revenge of the Sith, and it's really great. I mean, John Williams is my favorite composer out there. I think the man's a genius, and this score, I mean, he got an Oscar nomination for a reason. It's a really great score. ILM, The Visual Magic of the Force, is pretty much a look at the visual effects through ILM. Not much to say there. And then the deleted scenes are actually pretty disappointing. There are a handful of deleted scenes, and they only last under a minute. And really, they seem kind of pointless when you think about it. They aren't deleted scenes. They're like, wow, this is really good, but I can see why they cut it out of the movie. Like, that's the thing that went through my mind when watching the Avengers deleted scenes. But here, they're just little small moments. Some of them are cool to see, but really wouldn't have made a difference if you cut them out. Although there's one scene in particular where we get an earlier introduction to Leia, the Resistance, and C-3PO. And it would theoretically take place before we see Han and Chewie again. So I'm glad they cut that out, because one of the things I loved about The Force Awakens is that you slowly introduce these characters that we're familiar with. That way we get to have a lot of time spent with these new characters. And the deleted scenes are also lacking because I know there is more stuff. Because I know there are several deleted scenes. One involves the First Order stormtroopers raiding Maz's castle before they just blow it to hell. And then there's also a scene where Maz Kanata hands Leia the Skywalker lightsaber. So I'm wondering if they're saving it for another release, like when this third trilogy is finished and they release the inevitable box set. I wonder if they're going to save it for that. But the release itself is still good, and there are no special editions in this release. How refreshing is it to get a release of a Star Wars movie that does not contain any changes from the theatrical version? You'd never see that, because even when Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith were originally released on DVD, there were changes from the theatrical version. But anyway, it's refreshing to see a Star Wars movie released in its original form. And if I had any other negatives about it, it's that the slipcover case, while awesome and very simple at the same time, because it's glossy and pure black, your fingerprints are easily recognizable. It's kind of hard to see on... It's kind of hard to see here, but okay, like there. It's easy to see fingerprints on a case like this, whereas other Blu-ray cases really don't show your fingerprints that much. And then the actual case is just the film's poster. While I love the poster, I have it hanging on my wall, it has this sense of cheapness, mainly because there are two sides of it that are just pure black. It reminds me of the Halloween collector's edition set where every Blu-ray case just had the poster and nothing at all special. Which is fine, I like things to keep it simple, but I also like it when the whole frame is pretty much covered up. To have these black bars on the side and on the bottom is a little Like, if you just showed this case to somebody on the street, you would have thought it was a bootleg, but nope, this is the official thing. But again, that's a nitpick because I'm one of those guys that really loves slip covers. Like, I will go mad if I get a Blu-ray that does not have a slip cover. So, call me weird, but it's cases like this, no pun intended, that I love slipcovers. That's my review for the Star Wars Force Awakens Blu-ray. Really recommend picking it up, especially if you're a Star Wars fan. I mean, if you're a Star Wars fan, you already have it. You probably got every other edition, like the Target exclusive, Walmart, Best Buy Steelbook. You probably have every edition if you're a super fan. So, that's about it, except really briefly, I want to talk about my thoughts on the Rogue One trailer, which dropped a couple days ago. And I think it's cool. It's the first time we get a Star Wars spin-off that is not like an episode, and it takes place before A New Hope, like just right before A New Hope starts, because this movie is supposed to chronicle how the rebels won their first victory against the Empire and how the spies stole the plans for the Death Star. I like how it seems like a more grounded and gritty Star Wars film. I mean, as grounded as Star Wars can be. And it really emphasizes the war in Star Wars, which maybe if you're not into war stuff, this might not be the Star Wars movie for you. But I love how this is a different change of pace. There's no fantasy element like episodes 4, 5, 6, and 7 had. And it's directed by Gareth Edwards, who, I mean, say what you want about Godzilla, I love it. In that movie, he seemed to really do a good job of showing military stuff, so I'm pretty excited to see what he'll do with Rogue One. Not much else to say. It's the first trailer. I can't wait to see it. December 16th is when this comes out, and I think could be cool. And to all the guys out there on the internet complaining about another female lead in Star Wars, let me introduce you to a good friend of mine, Mr. Finger, who lives right in the middle of Fifth Avenue. But in all seriousness, it's 2016. We as a society should be accepting to this. And plus, we've had countless stories in Star Wars with male leads. It's time to let the women have theirs. So that's my review for the trailer for Rogue One. So that's my review for the trailer of Rogue One and the Blu-ray for The Force Awakens. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I can't wait to hear what you guys think about the Force Awakens Blu-ray and the Rogue One trailer. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Don't forget to check out my official website. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, Periscope, and Riff.tv. This is The Real Mr. Robinson telling you there is only one.